AmyT here with my very first online mini trunk show coming at you from my back patio. Tiny frog joining in. They're like this big and they take over in the rainy season. They're the cutest thing ever. So my idea is once a week to come and present a different collection. I have stockpiles of jewelry. It's been a very productive quarantine, and I don't know when I'm going to be traveling again. All of my events have been canceled for the year, so I just thought I'd give it a shot. So here we go. The collection I am presenting to you today is called RetroActive. It was inspired by some vintage German glass beads that I came upon in a bead shop in the garment district of Manhattan a couple of years ago. I was sort of ready to branch out from the circle, squares, triangle, really basic shapes that I'd been working with for a while. And I was very excited to kind of be inspired by these new shapes. Each piece is named after an important performer, club, or city district in the early 20th century European cabaret scene. So yeah, don't ask. Okay, so let's start. I did a lot of hoops in this line, new variations of hoops, because I'm a hoop girl through and through. And at some point, I will be sharing a very special 25% off discount code only for you guys who sit through these videos with me. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, the very first one is called the Adelaide, and it is made up of these teardrop shapes strung on a very thin gauged wire hoop. It's about that big. And its sort of cousin is the Pauli, named after the St. Pauli district of Hamburg, where Danny and I spent a particularly raucous night a few years ago. And this is made of small rounded squares, slightly bigger than the Adelaide. Then we have the Eve, or the Eve, if we want to say it in Spanish, made of... So see, they're all made out of this thin, flat, sterling wire, right? And so this is just a sweet little everyday 3-petaled number. Then we have, oh, this is a really popular one, the Noir. This guy. Some of you know this. Some of you have this. Here I'm showing it in gold. And then there's the Meshow, which is probably the biggest, kind of in circumference. Super light. These are all super duper light. And look, I don't know about you, but the older I get, it's like my ear hole is just slowly making its way down. It's not stretching, it's like migrating down my earlobe. And it's way down here on the tip, so no more heavy earrings for me. So therefore, I am very conscious and I try to make big, lightweight earrings. So here's the Meshow. Just for a comparison, you know, the Eve is kind of the smallest and the Meshow is the biggest, although now I'm going to show you the Zara, which one could argue is perhaps bigger. It's wider, it's not as long. But here's the Zara. I love this earring. Let me see if I can get it in so I can show you how it looks. I love, love, love this earring. There we go. Isn't that great? It's so fun. And really not heavy at all. Okay, so now I'm going to present you to the Mulan grouping, which is based on this 4-petal shape. Okay, and it comes in, that's the small, it comes in a big and a small variation. Okay, and both sizes come on an ear wire, long ear wire. Oh, wait, this is the one. Both sizes come on a short ear wire. The small size comes on this chain, but if you really wanted the large size on the chain, we could do that too. And both sizes come as this really sweet, simple little pendant. You can see it's like drilled through the center there. And the longer version, I'm hanging on an 18-inch chain with a 2-inch extender to make it 20 inches. Or the small version, I'm doing on a 16 that would then extend down to an 18. Okay, so there's that for comparison. Okay, that's the Mulan grouping. Now we have, oh, this is a sweet little earring, the Edith, because you can't really talk about 20th century European cabaret and not talk about Edith Piaf, right? So anyways, here's the Edith. So sweet. Long and short. And another one of my personal favorites, the Lotte. It's like this. Kind of stacked teardrops. And all these pieces move as per my style. And let me just take a minute to say, you can modify any of this stuff. I mean, I've just got time on my hands and I'm just making jewelry, right? So if you love this, but you want it, you know, in this presentation, I can do that for you. That's fine. Just send me a note, no problem. Okay, so now let's do, but before we do necklaces, let me show you this. Dun, dun. Quarantine Sparkle 2020. There's your discount code. QT Sparkle 2020. Put that in the discount code and you'll get 25% off the retail price of all of this stuff. So basically like trunk show prices. Okay, so let's start with some layering chains. The first one is the Josephine. And so that is this arrangement. It's kind of hard to see when I hold it up in the air. I know there'll be better pictures on the website, amytorello.com, where you can actually see things up close. So here, this is the Josephine. And then I have the Lado chain, which is a little bit kind of more uniform in size. It's the teardrops and the squares. This has a couple other shapes in it. And you know, I have this one at this length, but I'm thinking it needs to be even longer. So we'll see what size ends up on the website, but I think I'm going to make that one even longer so you could layer those two like that. Then we have, this is another one of my personal favorites, the Mabel. It's just this sweet little 3 pieces. Look at how cute that is on. It's just an everyday, kind of reminds me of like a flying heart, right? Good for the teenage girl in your life. And then we have, oh, this is the Zara pendant. It's a little bit bigger than the hoop. Here's the pendant, and here's the hoop, right? And so these are, all of these shapes are made by hand, and then we solder them together in the different arrangements or drill them, however they're going to go together. Here, let me bring this back up. So here we have the Zara pendant, which is a 16-inch with a 2-inch extension. I love this piece. It's so fun. And the last necklace I'm going to show you for today is called the Parody. So it's this guy. I know some of you have this one too. I absolutely love this piece. It's so sophisticated, and so it's got this kind of movement to it when you wear it, you know, kind of moves with your body. And this is the long version. Let me see if I can, yeah, so here's the long version. And then there's also a shorter version, both in pendant length. I can't really see that. Pendant length, right? This one has more ovals, this one has less. Where is it? This one has less ovals, and chain length. And yeah, these are just, I think these are real stunners. I really like both of these. And it comes in a variety of different color combinations. So I'm going to wrap this up and say thank you so much. I'm going to remind you of the discount code and my website, amytorello.com, QT Sparkle 2020. Thank you. I look forward to connecting with you again. I love you. I hope you're doing great. I hope you are finding some beauty in these crazy times and, you know, just getting a lot of self-care and love and nourishment deep in your soul. I love you, and I hope I get to see you soon in person, in the flesh, and I can give you the biggest hug ever. Okay. Bye.